Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with New Leaf. Today, I went to dulcimer practice and one of the ladies there was sharing a lot of her basil. So I came home with a ton of basil and she told me how to freeze it. And so that's what I'm going to do today and show you how to do it. So she had it wrapped in newspaper that was wet just to keep it from going bad. It's been in the triple digits here, so it's been very, very hot. And she didn't want it to wilt before I could get it home. So she told me what I needed to do is get all the leaves off the stems, which I did, and I put them all in a bowl and kind of rinsed them off a little bit. And I got my big spaghetti pot out, filled that up with water with about a tablespoon of salt, and got it to boiling. And once it was a rolling boil, I dumped all of the basil in there and made sure it got all into the water. And for 1 minute, I cooked it. So basically, I'm giving it a quick blanch. I'm just gently pushing it down in the water because I want to make sure it's all covered with the boiling water. Okay, 1 minute is up. Now I'm going to drain it. So it's draining, but I was going to tell you, you wear glasses, you go to drain something, you might want to take them off. Mine just fogged all over the place. I almost dumped everything down the sink, but we're good to go. I'm going to let that drain for a few minutes, and then I'm going to go check on it. It sure did cook down a lot. Looks like spinach. So she didn't tell me to do this, but I'm doing it. I took a big, like a jelly roll pan, and I put a clean towel, and then I just spread the basil out so it'll kind of dry a little bit, because I didn't want it to be so wet that it's stuck together in a big clump. And it would freeze okay that way, but it would be hard to measure, at least I think it would, how much you would need in a recipe. So anyway, I'm going to let this kind of dry out a little bit. And then I'm just going to put it in a Ziploc baggie and label it and throw it in the freezer, and it will be ready when we cook something that needs some basil. And here it is, ready to be put in the freezer. I used 2 1-quart size freezer bags. Now just got to figure out what recipe to use it in. All right, so I put them in the freezer, and after a couple of hours, I just had to try it. So I got a little bit out, and I chopped it up, and I'm gonna make like a pizza quesadilla. I'm using flour tortillas, Parmesan cheese, and a couple of cherry tomatoes. I got those all chopped up and put it on the tortilla, and then I folded it in half, and I put it in my panini maker, and boy, does that look good. All that melted cheese. I wonder if it tastes as good as it looks. Okay, here we go. I can't really taste the basil. Maybe I should have put more in there. So I took the other half of that quesadilla and let my son try it, and he said he could taste the basil. So I'm wondering, I have been blanching the basil, and I smell it on my hands, and the house smells like it. So maybe I have a little overload of basil, and that's why I really couldn't taste it. But he said he could taste it, but he did tell me it did need some more. But it was good. So I guess this way of blanching it works perfectly. As I have done investigating on how other people blanch or freeze basil, there's a lot of different ways to do it. You can just take the leaves, roll them up, and throw them in a bag. You can put them in an ice tray. You can blanch them for 15 seconds. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do it. But I wanted to try the way that my friend had suggested. It worked out okay, and I'm looking forward to making some pesto with this in the near future. Thanks for joining me. Y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette with New Leaf signing out for now. Bye-bye.